If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I post a new Tom Brady video every day.
While the world waits to see what happens with Tom Brady's future on the field, we're getting a look at what his off-the-field life might turn into.
There are a host of people in the media who don't believe that Tom Brady's retired. They simply don't. I don't believe he used the word retirement, so some of them are jumping on that. Then he went on Jim Gray's podcast, or his own podcast with Jim Gray.
Podcast, with Jim Gray.
His own podcast with Jim Gray, and he said, never say never.
There's also rumors Tom Brady is being sought after to be a color analyst, color commentator by Amazon and Fox now, trying to figure it out. So we know that John Lynch was brought in for an interview by Amazon to potentially be the color commentator for them Thursday Night Football. John Lynch ultimately decided he was going to go back and be with the Niners. Then, obviously, Troy's name was attached to it. Al Michaels' name was attached to it. Nothing has been officialized. Now Sean Payton's name's leaking out for the Fox gig. Tom's name is leaking out for both. It'd be cool to hear them both, but what if neither of them want to do it? Yeah. I'm excited to see how these kind of roles get filled.
For Sean Payton, if you're one of these networks, because he had his press conference, but it wasn't exactly like, I'm never coaching again. Like, if the Dallas Cowboys job opens up for a coach in a year or two, are you giving Sean this job as an announcer, your number one announcer for a year, thinking maybe he could leave and go back to coaching in a year?
Well, and then also Joe Buck's only on 1 year too, right?
Uh-huh.
Hey, you still be in the game. Still something you do this. Maybe. But no, we don't know.
They want to make
true.
a splash higher, though. And Sean Payton absolutely would make some noise if Fox hired him for Troy's job.
Tom Brady would be
big Brady. Does Tom have any...
He's making that move.
Yeah,
he's making that movie where he is producing and starring in it. Yeah. I think it's 80 for Brady or something like
What's
that.
What's it about?
Cross-country trip.
Yeah, four, I believe, elderly women are going to see the 2016 season Super Bowl, which was in 2017 against the Falcons, and Brady's playing himself. So I assume there's some interaction between the two groups.
Is it based on a true story? Sounds like it.
Probably. I mean, I'm sure there were four elderly women who went cross-country to see that Super Bowl.
The football legend will have a starring role in the upcoming road trip comedy called 80 for Brady. The Hollywood Reporter first announcing this news, with the cast listed to be Brady, joined by Lily Tomlin, Sally Field, Jane Fonda, and Rita Moreno. The movie will be about lifelong Pats fans and the team's Super Bowl 51 comeback victory over the Falcons. And TB12 confirmed the news himself by posting an Instagram story about it and writing, quote, "The collab you never expected. LFG."
Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk, Rob, he has said, just himself, he said, look, just my opinion is that he's going to come back and play with the 49ers. He didn't say, I've been told and sourced it and all that.
It's not based on anything. It's just he has a gut.
Yeah, and it may be based on conversations, but, it's not enough for a report.
How you doing? It's fucking good to have a place to find it. It's for the athlete and all of us. The fit, obviously, was super important. The function of it was super important. Like, what are we doing to each garment that is read through everything? Like, how do we do what you did to the back of the other one that makes it look cool as It's a great privilege for me to undertake what I believe is something super important, democratizing a great set of beliefs that can inspire people to be the best that they could possibly be in whatever they do. The performance of it is what really matters. All I know is if they buy a Brady hoodie, it's going to be a badass hoodie. The big companies, they just want to do it their way. So, it, let's do it ourselves, and we're going to get to do it our way.
And then MMQB senior NFL reporter Albert Breer, who's got good credibility, he says this, Rob, when he was asked if Tom Brady might come out of retirement and play for the Niners. Of course, Brady from the San Francisco Bay Area, about 16 miles from San Francisco is where he grew up. That's his hometown team. That's the team he reportedly wanted to play with when he left New England.
That's funny that Montana, Aaron Rodgers grew up over there too, right? Did he grow up in the Bay Area? And Tom Brady, and they're all Montana fans, what I mean?
They grew up watching him, no doubt. So here's Breer's quote, Rob. In his column, he wrote this. I think there's a chance, yes. My sense is the reason that Brady has left the door open for a return is twofold. One, I don't think even he knows how he'll feel about a potential return 6 months from now. And two, that magic number 45, as in years of age, was never arbitrary. Getting there was a real goal of his. Remember, making the 12-month commitment to playing right now is not the same thing as saying yes to a team in August or September. So if the Niners came to him then looking to give a championship caliber roster a shot in the arm, do I think he'd be tempted? I do.
Perspective of how do we engineer these garments and these products to give you ultimate functionality.
I love doing this too, and I said it shows earlier, but it's the stretch, man. That's what it's all about. You gotta, you sit around, you move around, you run, you jump, you sit, you're getting in and out.
The Hollywood Life, a reporter for Hollywood Life, now judge that how you want. He has said that he has talked to a person who's a Brady insider, he called him, who did mention the Niners as a potential destination for Brady and said this: when he mentioned never say never on a return, it is more than just words. Tom is going to monitor the NFL offseason with a fine-tooth comb because if the pieces fall in place, he'd be interested in returning. He'd be interested in joining a team who is close to winning a Super Bowl like the 49ers. So in the next few months, here's the money quote, Rob. So in the next few months, if more things will fall into place, it is something people should believe until about July. If he doesn't come back by then, July, then retirement may really stick. But there is without question a chance for him to return.
Reports from Deadline say that TB12 is launching 199 Productions, a little nod to where he was drafted by the Pats, a quote, global multi-platform content company to develop original premium content, including documentaries, feature films, and television shows. Word on the street is that this will be as legit as they come, as Brady has teamed up with the directors from Avengers Endgame. So move over, GOAT, and hello, Tommy Hollywood.
Don't be that guy. Enough already. How many rings do you want? Do you got to be that greedy? Let other people get involved. Let other quarterbacks have an opportunity. My God.
I couldn't disagree more. Nice try, though. Nice try, really. Here's, Rob, why I can't buy what you're selling. Because Tom Brady, when he took over in New England, weren't a good team. They had been 5-11 the year before. They had started 0-2. The coach at that time was just a guy who failed in Cleveland and it was looking like he was going to fail in New England. And Tom Brady takes over as a starter. The rest is history. Immediately it changed. Then Tom Brady goes to Tampa Bay. Yeah, they had some talent, but they were 7-9 the year before he got there. He goes there, good coach, solid coach, not anything historically great in Bruce Arians, but good coach. Goes there, first year, they win the Super Bowl. And then here's the thing with the Niners, and you're right in that they are a good team, and, he's not going to Carolina Panthers and turning them around immediately. However, it's still not easy. I mean, Aaron Rodgers has had a great team the last 3 years, and they haven't been able to get over the hump. So just being on, going to a good team, if Rodgers ends up leaving Green Bay, he'll be we assume he may go to Denver or Pittsburgh. That's not going to be a slight on his record if he leads one of them to a Super Bowl because they were a good team. So I don't think that Brady going to a team that's close, that's on the cusp, will diminish him. In fact, I do think, Rob, it would just add to his legacy. Now, if he went, I don't think he can really do anything to take away from his legacy because let's say worst case scenario. He goes to the Niners. He struggles. He looks old. He looks every bit of 45 years old and it's clearly over and they don't make the playoffs, or if they do, they get bounced unceremoniously in the first round. Is that really going to diminish him? I don't think so. It didn't diminish Michael Jordan in Washington with the Wizards, so I don't think that diminishes him. But if he goes there, Rob, and they win the Super Bowl, and it's a good team. There's no doubt. It's a good team. It's right there. I just think it will add to his legend. And he'll be the first quarterback ever to win a Super Bowl with 3 teams. First quarterback to do it with 3 different coaches on 3 different franchises. Like, I definitely don't think, Rob, it would take away from his legacy. You even sounded like even if he wins, you think it diminishes his legacy.
That's it for this video. I post a new Tom Brady video every day, so please like and subscribe. That way you'll always have a new Tom Brady video to watch every single day.